Hello folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19. Today it's time for the last 32 of the Oppo International Championship. It's episode 24 of Season 3, and for those of you keeping track, it is part 141 of the series. Now the eagle-eyed amongst you got go, hang on a minute Toby, hang on a minute, you can't wriggle out of this one. Where the hell is the English Open? Well, I've got some really frustrating news to bring you because I was really looking forward to the English Open, playing long rounds and longer matches, and really looking forward to getting my teeth into that because we got knocked out of the last 64 in Season 2. Well, amazingly, the same has happened again. Let's go through the last 4 matches because we played 4 matches off camera, so let's go through those before we play against Dot the Pot. Now, in the first round of the English Open, we beat Li Yuan, absolutely fine, break of 82 in the second frame, won that sweet as a nuts. And then, as you see, we lost against Mark Joyce, 2 frames to 1. We played shorter matches just to try and get through those early stages, and then at the last 32 or last 16 stage I was going to get to long matches and we'd have a great time. But for the second year running we've been knocked out at the last 64 of the English Open. I have to say Mark Joyce played really well. In that third frame he got a break of 88. As you can see, we got more points than Mark Joyce, but that frame, last frame, simply put, was brilliant from Mark Joyce. Brilliant break of 88, and we just couldn't do anything about it. So for the second year running, we've gone out of the English Open at the last 64 stage. It's a big body blow, really, because in tournaments before, of course, we got to the semi-final of the European Masters, the semi-final of the tournament before, the China Championship. Of course, we won the Shanghai Masters, and we've been getting to the last 16, quarter-final, semi-final quite regularly. So to go out that early in a tournament is a huge blow. But we've had to move on to the International Championship. Absolutely nothing we can do about that. So we beat Jordan Brown in the qualifier for this tournament quite a long time ago, actually, by 3 frames to 1. And in the last 64, we only just escaped the horrible potential truth of going out of 2 last 64s in a row. We only beat Rory McLeod in a decider, and he played pretty well. So it seems like our form has evaporated all of a sudden. Not over that, or I've not been concentrating. But today is a definite to have to concentrate because we have wriggled back down the rankings against 2 number 10. Kyron Wilson overtook us with a decent performance in the English Open. It seems like Sean Murphy has started to do a bit as well. He's moved to 12th in the rankings. I haven't recognised him being that high for a little while. But we've moved down to 10th, and we will move down even more after this tournament if we don't do something. We got to the final of this event in Season 1, and of course Snooker works on a 2-year ranking system, and we earned £75,000 in ranking prize money from that tournament. And the only substantial prize money we've earned since is that £32,000 from the snooker shootout. Of course, we've earned little bits and bobs, £15,000 here, £10,000 there, £20,000 here, etc, etc. But losing £75,000 is going to be a huge dent to our ranking status. Of course, we've already got £8,500 of that back from getting to the second round, but even so, losing any amount would be massive. So we've really got to do well in this tournament. But a tough draw, that's why I've come back at the last 32 stage to play against Graham Dott, a player who, in the last 3 metres, we've beaten. In the first 2 metres, we played against Graham Dott in Season 1. Funnily enough, in this tournament and in the Betway UK, we beat him by 3 frames to 0. However, in the Portlander Classic in Season 2, at the last 32 stage, it went down the decider, and we won that, and won that one 3 frames to 2. So this is going to be a tough match today, no doubt about it, against Graham Dott. That's why I've come back at the last 32. Definitely a tough draw. Not the sort of draw I'd really want at this stage. But if you guys are enjoying the series, make sure you leave a like down below. I'm certainly enjoying my snooker at the moment. It's a little bit gutted that we couldn't play in the English Open with those longer matches, but if my memory serves me correct, we've got the Champion of Champions after this. And then we've got the Scottish Open, so I'll definitely be playing the Scottish Open on longer matches. I know that the Scottish Open hasn't really got the appeal, perhaps, of the English Open, but nevertheless, it's the same prize money, I think. I think all the home nations prize money are the same. I think apart from the UK, it's just a little bit more, but nonetheless, we've got Graham Dott, who looks like he's dead still after a year of this game being released, and it's us to make the first break in this last 32 stage. Well, we went out of these tournaments last year, funnily enough, in the last 64. We had a terrible run, and last year we went out of 2 last 64s in a row. So goodness me, we haven't done that once again, and hopefully this isn't a mid-season dip in our form. So we didn't earn much from this tournament last year, but we did win 75k in that first year. Judd Trump 175 by winning the tournament, so it's a big prize pot, that, isn't it? Huge. I do fancy going for this red.
Chance here. That's an excellent opening red.
Good pot. And for Judd Trump, who's second in the rankings, just behind Mark Allen, he really needs to do well in this tournament for the same reasons. because did I say Mark Allen? I feel like I said Mark Allen. Can't remember. But it's Mark Selby is top of the rankings, and I feel like Selby is just going to pull away and away unless we do something personally about it. I've been preparing a little bit of a spreadsheet over the last few days, which works out the whole ranking points and how many tournaments people have won, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Selby has won double the tournaments of anybody else
He's attempting to
throughout the game. And by the way, if you're interested at all, that is a shocker, but we get away with it, I think. Mark Williams won the English Open. So that takes him to 5 ranking events, and he's won 3 of those this year. So he seems to be a player in form. He'd only won 2 events, of course, if you use the law of maths to suggest that
this is no gimme.
he won 2 events before this season, and already this year he's took 3 of the ranking events. So seems to be in good form. I had the semi-finals, of course, of the German Masters, which he went and won as well. And the semi-final, I know it was an invitational, but even so, the semi-final of the Shanghai Masters, although, of course, that's just an invitational. But Mark Williams is in good form. He's won the most tournaments this year. He's won 3 tournaments. Mark Selby's won 2. In terms of ranking tournaments, I can't remember. I don't think anybody else has won one. I don't think. I might be wrong. But Judd Trump hasn't won anything since the Worlds, which he won in Season 2. Mark Allen, I don't think's won anything. He's won 7 tournaments throughout the career mode. Judd Trump's won 8.
14.
Mark Williams has won 5. We've won 4, although we've only got 2 ranking events. But that spreadsheet, I'll probably show you guys at the earliest at the end of Season 3, which hopefully is a long way off yet. We don't muck things up that badly. But it is a very interesting spreadsheet. But where I can, I will keep you guys updated with how many tournaments people have won. But Selby's record is just unbelievable. I mean, I was going through the tournaments to see who's won, and saw Selby won again. I'm thinking, oh God, not again, Mark Selby.
That's a beauty.
20.
A little bit out of position here. And we're going for the blue, but should be okay.
He does it.
Can see a red after that blue, so not much issue with that. But a good start for us here. We picked out a red, and we've done well from there. Didn't realise just how far I would be away from hitting this straight. So hopefully we get a little bit of luck with our position.
That's a top shot.
He really looks in
So it wasn't the red I was going for, but it will certainly do. We overhit there a lot. Ooh,
26.
That black's a pain. Well, it was this red that I was going to go for, but as you can see, the black blocks our route to that now. So just a little nick on this red here. Play with a little bit of top, just so we can get out of there. That's it. Just how we wanted. By our play here, it suggests we're not doing too bad.
27.
Got a glass of apple juice today. Got to keep refreshed in this period. Again, this is tricky. I think yellow ball it has to be. The straightest of them all, ultimately. Just need to make sure we don't go in off, and that should be absolutely fine. Just depends as well how this cue ball reacts with the cushion.
And in it goes.
Don't want too much of a reaction, but just a tap off the cushion. Yep, that'll do. That's fine.
29.
Oh, maybe it's not. We can get to this red, but it's not quite as straight as I'd ever imagined it would be. Try and tap this black while we're at it. There we go. Oh, 2 reds for the price of 1 there.
31.
We can just pot this. It's not the best, but I think it is potable and it's worth a punt. Go on, black. Oh, well. Certainly could cost us.
Neil Robertson.
Not a big fan of those cuts, but just thought, yeah, it's worth a go. But again, a bit of misjudgment from us, and Graham Dott's now got a chance.
He'll have to use the rest here, which will make it a little more awkward.
Ooh, lucky he could get past that black, actually.
Well played.
He'll knock that in now and free up that bottom pocket.
1.
But Graham Dott's 24th in the rankings, so he's not really done much since the career mode started.
9.
But in our current form, I feel like he might well be ready to pounce. And funnily enough, Mark Joyce, who beats in the English Open,
Nicely
he was
done.
49th in the rankings before that tournament, and now he's 41st, so it's a nice boost for him. But I suppose this road to getting back into the race to be one of the best players isn't going to be easy. Ultimately, we've got one of the best records this season. I'd say we're probably
17.
third best player at the moment. Again, can't be sure where Judd Trump's been, but we've not beaten him,
24.
I don't think, at all this year. Apart Pillock. We met Judd Trump in the bloody final of the Shanghai Mass. How could I forget that? But apart from that, I've not met him anywhere, and he's not won any tournaments, which suggests that he probably hasn't got to the final. Either that or he's got to the final, I suppose, against Selby or Williams and come out second best.
He's left that a little bit more tricky than he would have liked.
But even so, that's
32.
fourth best. There's nobody been playing better.
32.
Ding's not been doing too badly, actually. He's probably fifth best at the moment. Got to the final of the China Championship thanks to us. And must have got to the semis of the Paul Hunter Classic, mustn't he? So he's not doing too bad, is Ding. Players like Ronnie O'Sullivan I haven't seen anywhere. And
Very tricky shot coming up.
he hasn't won a tournament, actually, since Season 1. So
41.
if the rest of this season goes belly up for Ronnie, I just wonder where that leaves him. But he had played 6 blacks, 6 reds. And unfortunately,
Not what he intended at all.
he
He'll be
couldn't
annoyed with that.
get a position.
Brained
And,
up,
well,
41.
He's looking for the pot.
he tried
into
to play
right
the snooker
middle.
behind the black, and it's completely failed.
That's an excellent pot.
And we've got a good chance now to consolidate our position in this frame, which, again, you might say we don't deserve, but as he's pointed out regularly, you can only beat who's in front of you, and Graham Dott made the mistake there,
6.
and this should now be a good chance. I have had that issue, by the way, a few
Well,
times
he's
once
taking it
again
on
with
to the left corner.
the analog stick issue, where it hits the
What a
shot,
top pop
registers
that
you've hit
was.
the shot early, and obviously you get foul
8.
points, so I'm going to take a little bit more time over our queuing because we don't want to make a similar mistake to that, but it's annoying
It
that
should
he's
be
still in the
easy enough.
game. Because I can't see how that's something that I do, because I play all my shots the
11.
same. I'd know about it if I didn't hit them. A little bit of an awkward angle here, but it shouldn't be too bad.
Very tricky shot coming up.
Looks okay to me. It's there.
15.
So blue and pink needed.
He's an expert long potter, and he's taking this on.
Nice pot.
Great shot.
So just the pink into the middle now, and the first frame is ours.
This pot for snookers required.
Well, it can't really be snookers required from there, can it?
26.
Can't really get a snooker on the black. I
An
suppose you
easy
could if you
one,
got it
but
deep
a
into a
half chance.
pocket and you couldn't see it. I don't know, but anyway, nice black, good good clearance there from us. And you could say it's a little bit lucky, but nevertheless, we've taken the first frame against Graham Dott.
And the first frame, Neil Robertson.
And now the frame is his.
Well, he's taken the lead here.
Thank you.
So that's a little bit of a confidence boost, but
Graham Dott,
ultimately
great.
there's definitely room to improve our game there. We did get away with that. But another good chance here from the break off. He's left a
This is
a
a
little
half chance.
chancer. Good pot, but
Not sure what
need
happened
this
there.
black
but
to
that's
come.
a
It's
poor
not
shot.
going to.
1.
And just from being really unlucky there, we've mucked this up. Going to nominate the green ball here. Maybe not. Don't think it's going to hit the green here, but might as well give it a go.
He needs to be careful of not overhitting this.
Depends how it reacted with the cushion. It wasn't too far off. I think he'll put us back here unless he fancies a pot.
That's a pretty poor attempt.
Now he's going to. I think he's going
Foul and a
to carry
miss.
on.
Neil Robertson, 1.
Unfortunately,
Graham Dott,
that is an
4.
exploit you can make of the. I mean, I'd be amazed if he continues from there. I don't know if you can force us to retake. I don't particularly know the rules about that, but nonetheless, force us to continue because it's nothing's easy from that position. So I must admit that shot was a bit of an exploit of the AI's decision-making processes. So as you can see, Graham Dott's made what can only be described as a bit of a howler there.
Here. He's lining this one up to the middle pocket.
Good pot.
Nicely onto the black.
1.
You heard the man. And all of a sudden, from being a real spot of bother, we've got quite a decent chance here. So not sure what Graham Dott's process of thought was there, but it certainly wasn't the right one to continue.
9.
Certainly not to go for a pot. There was no way he went for the pot. He either completely mucked up the shot on power bar or whatever, but no idea what he's played there. Can't exactly ask the man. But we're not going to concern ourselves about it because we've got a good chance to
15.
go and win this second frame. Just need to keep our composure. Not play anything silly.
17.
But this would be a good confidence
this
boost if
softly.
we went on to win this match. Oh, well.
That's a bad miss.
Neil Robertson, 17.
Thought that was in. I thought that was in. But it just didn't pass. Should have checked. Should have checked, but as you can visibly see, I don't know what's happened to our game because I'm not doing anything differently than usual, but it just doesn't seem to be coming off at the moment. We're in a really good run of form and now we can't even muster a break together. Just shocked that black didn't go. I didn't
11.
think there was any chance of it not going.
12. 19.
So it's been a topsy-turvy frame so far. I thought we're completely out of it. Then we've got an easy chance. Then all of a sudden, oh, maybe we haven't.
27.
But this should be... I mean, there's a few tightish on the cushion. There's the one obviously very tight on the cushion by the middle pocket. But apart from that,
28.
ooh, he's put another one on the cushion. That might not help.
35.
I have to see what strategy he goes for here, though. But I think he should have this one wrapped up. And he'll definitely be kicking himself if he doesn't win it.
43.
Ah, clever shot.
44. 51.
So 59 left on the table. He's 37 ahead. So he's not far away from the winning line in this frame.
Nicely positioned for the black.
52. 59.
And just the one red needed here. She shouldn't have a problem with.
Important pot here.
Oh, that's a
beautiful pot
cracker.
that is.
Great pot.
And that shuts the door on his opponent in this frame.
60. 67.
Not quite got on this red, but I don't think it'll matter.
Graham Dott, 67.
Might as well try a few opportunistic shots here. After all, there's a potential we can get back into the frame. That's not the best, though. Got a good chance to pop this and be done with it. But there wasn't a fat lot we could have done from there. No, he's missed the red. So, potential chance. Right, could do with hitting this nicely. Underhit that a little. Oh, we've just about missed the red and we wanted to play it a little bit harder to get it right in behind the brown.
A real opportunity.
Would have been quite funny if we'd have potted the red there, but yeah, it's definitely game over now in this frame.
Frame conceded. Frame, Graham Dott.
So, within a
Thank
few
you.
minutes,
The third
we go
frame,
from a leading position
Neil
to
Robertson
back
to
to
break.
level pegging. Don't know though there was no clapping in that frame. Obviously, nobody approved of it. That's a good break off, though. Could have done with not hitting that yellow, really. Just Playing into the mirror. He's gone in off. That was
So, after the
well,
foul, what's he gonna
strange.
do?
Don't know what he was planning there, but whatever he was planning, it bloody didn't
Lots of
work at
power on
all.
this shot. The split looks good to me.
That's more like it. Was worried he might make a mistake as well there, but it was a good opportunity to play a good red. Get the pack open. But we need to take this chance. We can't give Graham Dot any chance here.
6.
I think that probably is one of our issues with our play. If we smash the reds open, then we only pot a few, then it gives our opponent a good chance after us doing all the dirty work. But it has to be said, this is a bloody good chance. I overhit that one though.
13.
Luckily this red will go. Need to work on our shot
So,
power though,
this
because that
pops
could have been
into
an
the
issue.
right corner. Down it goes.
And it's very tricky to get the cue ball safe when there's so many reds on the table.
14.
Particularly when they're distributed in quite a spacious manner.
19.
Oh, up in there. Game seemed to jump.
20. $25.
Might as well stay on the blue. Which means we can maintain position for a little while. Then we need to focus on how we're going to work around these last few reds. But we might as well just take the ones that are on for the moment. Not take any unnecessary risks by whacking the cue ball about.
$31.
Just check we can get to the pinks. That seems a fairly obvious shot from here. Yeah, absolutely fine. Doesn't hurt just to check though. Or you can look like a little bit of a pillock.
Nicely
Not
under the
really
pink.
straight, really.
32.
Which isn't ideal, but I guess it's okay.
$38.
Could do with getting straight on it this time though. But if not, we've got the backup plan of either blue or black. Looks okay to me.
39.
Just check the red will go next time round.
$45. $46.
Must admit we've lined that up a little bit awkwardly. The aim here then is to get this onto the black cushion and pop the one on the cushion, but this
He's
pink
aiming
is
for the
tight,
left
so it's a
corner here.
risk. Come on, pink.
Not the quality we'd expect
Well,
from a player
we've
of his
missed it.
skills.
Neil Robertson, 46.
And
1.
we're just not playing well enough at the moment. We just can't seem to muster up a frame-winning break, and really we should have thought about that red up bulk, because that would have been a get out of jail free clause. We play what we've played though now. We've got a fair lead, but that can all of a sudden crumble.
8.
Especially when he's going for those
50.
sorts of maximum balls with
This
the
is
black.
easy.
It's a good pot along the cushion there.
16.
And this should be
21.
fairly, I wouldn't say easy, but certainly a chance to clear these up.
22. 29.
Yep. Gets that red, that frees up the other one. Very easy to talk about it in commentary, isn't it? What you want to do, but clearly we couldn't muster it. But what can you do, eh? We're sat in the chair now.
Pretty simple.
It's come a long way up the table though here, so
Delicate touch required here.
I don't think he's going for a pot next. I mean, if he does, he's got to be pretty brave here. Is he going for it?
I'm not sure.
It looks
that's
like
what
he is, but he's
intended.
out of position.
30.
Bloody hell, this is a risk. Yeah, he's missed that, but it felt like he was going for a safety.
33.
It's not worked out too badly for him, to be honest. Especially since we're right on the cushion. Try and get back to a similar position. The problem is that bloody pink. Playing soft on this red gives us a little bit more stability. I'll come off 2 cushions here. We'll try this. No, we've missed it. At least we've hit that other red, but by hitting that red, we've actually left both of them on. Didn't work out at all there. I think we need to play that with more
Now, can he drop this into the
indication,
right
but he's
corner?
missed the red. That's a big surprise. It's almost like he played that safe, or else he's got a little bit lucky there. One of the two.
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
Good pot on the red, though.
Great shot.
Wonderful shot.
1.
So by
He's
hook or
looking
by
to pop
crook...
this into the left corner pocket.
Oh, don't want to quite play it that hard. By hook or by crook, we should have a decent hold of this frame now.
Beautifully done.
Excellent cueing.
3.
So red and black needed, really, but we're not too worried about that just at the moment.
Playing this with plenty of power.
Get a red and a colour, then focus on the yellow.
4.
Go for the brown, get that back on its spot. Good shot. So just the yellow needed here, I think.
8.
Yep, just the yellow needed. I have to say, I'm not too proud
Good
of
shot
winning
coming
2
up.
frames so far on the back of Graham Dott's mistakes, but nevertheless, that's the way this match has gone so far.
That should be it. No real way.
Would
for the
like to,
opponent
if we,
win the
especially if
play
we win
now.
this match, of course, it's not over yet, but if we win this match, I'd like to win our
He's aiming
winning
to
frame
sink
for a
this
bit
into
of
the right corner.
solid snooker, a good break, because so far it's been a little bit
Tremendous
scrappy.
13.
But first objective is getting through this match. We're 2/3 of the way there now. And our potting, as usual, is pretty accurate, but again, it's just position that lets us down sometimes.
17.
Would have obviously played a bit better
22.
position for the pink if we'd have needed it, but seeing as we don't, there's not really much pressure on it,
Not an easy one, but a half chance.
other than pride. Not too bad. Good shot.
Excellent cueing.
28.
And the black will finish this clearance of 35. And we lead again by 2 frames to 1, so we just need one of the next 2 frames, and we're through to the last 16.
That is the frame.
It's Graham Dott's
So,
breaking this 4th
notched in
frame.
front.
Thank you, the 4th frame. Graham Dott to break.
Not left anything here. That's a good break off. I think if we'd have been the man 2-1 behind, and we'd been served a break off like that, I'd have been a little bit
No,
worried.
not this time.
I'm glad that game's ready to start. It was a free game with the Xbox Game Pass for all of you concerned. We've left a chance on this red.
He's tempted by
Whether
this
he'll go
red.
for it is another matter.
No.
He's,
not
well,
this
he's
time.
way off. Almost like a shot to nothing there, which hasn't worked at all for Graham. Just shocked he went for it. Came around the cushions there just to give us that
1.
position on another colour.
Well, no surprises here with the long pot attempt.
Good shot on the blue.
Great cueing.
Not bad position on this red as well.
6.
Oh, didn't want to hit those reds.
Hasn't really worked out at all.
7.
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
This shot depends on perfect pace. He'll be conscious
it's
of
too
not
hard.
under-hitting the cue ball here.
Mind you, might not be. No. We were trying to get this by the yellow to avoid him having any position on the red ball,
he's left
but we've
half a
overhit
chance.
it slightly and thought potentially that
Robertson,
pink hitting
7.
the yellow might help us out a bit. But again, another poor shot.
He's lost the cue ball a touch here.
Luckily though, we didn't
1.
smash open the reds.
6.
Pace is key.
7.
He's mucked that one up though, hasn't he? I need a good pot on the
Another
blue and he's
great
got it.
long pot.
Great pot.
12.
But has he snookered himself on the
Not
striped
easy.
blue? Yeah, on the striped red, sorry. Yeah, he has. But there's one available. Good shot.
13.
But once again, his position's about as good as ours. So just doing the sensible thing and playing safe here.
Graham Dot, 13.
Would be sensible if it actually was safe, but
He's
it's
taking
not.
this on.
I overhit it, so we got a chance. And hopefully a chance which will finish this game off. That's the aim. Not played to our best so far.
Tricky pot coming up.
Good clearance here though would dispel all of those
Great
myths.
shot.
Six.
Gets the black here, which is nice. No pink being down there gives us a little bit more flexibility.
7. $14. 15.
Long pot, right up his street.
My play's never been orthodox.
Brilliant long pot over distance.
But nevertheless, we'll
One
go
of
for
his
the red to the
strengths.
middle.
20.
He'll want this to drop into the centre pocket.
Whatever works for you, I guess.
No problem there.
He's playing very well here.
21.
That's exactly what it is doing at the moment. Just need to keep our cool,
28.
keep our focus. We should have a good chance to round out the match.
$29.
Let's play with some side here. Should be okay, as long as we hit it at the right power. That will do just fine.
36.
So we could do, we get in a good position for the black while not being too straight on it. And we can split these four reds. Not really what we're looking for, but
37.
ah well. got a potting position on this one, so that's okay. Just don't want to get behind that second group of reds. Leave us a problem.
44.
But we're staying on the black, which we rarely do. That's some sort of positive from this episode.
$45.
Just line the red up to the middle.
52.
Get back a little bit better for the black.
This red required.
You heard David Hendon. That red should finish off the match. This has been a good clearance from here.
That effectively removes any chance of a
Good break
comeback
so
in
far.
this match.
53.
Good confidence
Nice
boost.
goal.
And we should be through to the last 32.
Past the point of no return in this match.
60.
Should be proud of ourselves. Played well.
He's going for the right centre pocket here.
61.
This looks relatively easy.
Still a chance for a century here.
68.
Good chance, actually.
He's going for it. In it goes.
69.
So black gives us 76. Chance of 103. But we're gonna I don't really fancy taking the risk of getting up the table with that black. I just think that playing the blue gives us a lot more flexibility. Get up for the yellow, which is out of
Well,
position.
I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot here.
We can still get a century.
Tremendous shot.
Absolutely fine.
74.
Break of 101 on here, so we do need all the balls to make a century.
Only the colours remaining.
But we've won the match now. We've got that luxury. We just want to impress our fans and maybe put a few of the pundits, put their
76.
gobs to rest. I feel a lot more confident after this. Don't want to say overconfident because that's definitely a risk, but feeling better about our game. A century, put the icing on the cake.
He's got nice position on the blue ball here.
83. $88.
Just have to
Just
trust
wants to
this
sink this into
hit and
the
hope
left corner
technique.
pocket.
Get down for the black, and it doesn't look too bad. Just needs to come off the cushion. I couldn't have played that any better myself.
94.
But a break of 94. This black,
And that
the
completes
final shot of the match, and a great break of 101 to finish off. And we beat Graham Dots once again. It's 3 frames to 1 to us, and we're through to the last 16. I enjoyed that match. Definitely that last frame was the highlight. We're through to the last 16, so let's see who we'll face in the last 16. Could be absolutely anyone, as proven by Mark Allen being the man we faced in the European Masters. But let's see. Should be an interesting draw, whoever it is. And it's John Higgins. I haven't played Higgins for a bit. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Just a quick look at the rankings before we go. We've got a good chance to go up. Obviously, 175,000 definitely puts us in 8th. There's no dispute about that. Ronnie is very close to be down to 7th, particularly with Ding being in good form. And John Higgins hasn't won a tournament, I don't think, since Season 2 Paul Hunter. So we could have a situation by the end of the year, especially if Ding wins something like the UK's, for example, where Ding's up to 5th, Ronnie's down to 7th, John Higgins 6th, and hopefully we're in 8th. But should be interesting. As you can see, Selby and Trump quite close, but Trump stands to lose 175,000 from this tournament, so that'll be a dent to him. And Willow is the man in form at the moment. So that ranking list could well change and be pretty dynamic over the next few tournaments, so a lot to look forward to, including our match against another Scotsman in the form of John Higgins in the next episode. So if you enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on a Sunday. A Sunday? I'm not American. And on a Sunday at 6 PM British time. But apart from that, thank you very much for your company today, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, stay safe, have a good one, and I'll see you later. Goodbye for now.